Welcome back to the fantastic, incredible adventures of Pimp Helsing. Let's see, last time we became men. And, we fucked like 25 times in a row or something. For the purpose of a demon door, but, it's pretty true to life, isn't it? Let's see, we also killed Jack of Blades, aka the boss of the base game, which means we are now in DLC land, bitches. I'm not sure if the Sword of Eons is necessarily Aeons. I don't fucking know. It's probably Aeons. It looks like Aeons. I've always said Eons. Anyways, I don't know if it's necessarily better than Harbinger. Maybe just ever so slightly. But it, like, doesn't have any damage augments in it. Like, it's not gonna pierce through armor like the Harbinger did. But, I don't know. We killed our fucking sister for it, so I think that we should use it for the time being. What is this? Oh, graduate robes or whatever. That's Guildmaster outfit? Mark? Oh. Fuck it. I got like a crap ton of money. I should probably spend it on something. Might have been nice if I did that off camera, but I wasn't thinking about that. It's been, a week, obviously. Hmm. So, I'm not sure what I want to spend this money on. Actually, I know exactly what I just want to spend it on. I was gonna say I would probably just buy more real estate, but it's an easy pit to fall into, you know? You just keep spending money, and eventually you own a bunch of houses that'll make you money eventually, but like, you could have bought everything that you needed a long time ago, right? Looks like they don't have any rent to collect, so we're going right into Bowerstone instead. Yeah. I want to buy that sick-ass plate armor. Despite the fact that we look awesome as Pimp Helsing. I wish you could dye it black or something and make it look all the better. And of course, it's nighttime. Tell you what, there's actually a really easy achievement that I never got called the Hero of Time. I don't know, one of these episodes I looked at one of her items that was like a moonfish or something, and it changes the time of day. You're supposed to do that while in Bowerstone. So I'm gonna eat the golden carrot. I didn't even know I had these, not that I need them. And I just fucked up the menu. Or produce or something, right? Moonfish, golden carrot. I eat this. Goodbye. Got an achievement, baby. That was pretty cool.
My lord.
My lord.
You've come to the right place.
The Hero of Time. Yeah, this is what I wanted, the obsidian bullshit. This leather stuff's kind of expensive, but like, just look at that helmet. You can tell this thing looks cool. I'm gonna buy it anyways. Again, I'm pretty pissed that this even exists. It's just a duplicate of the strongest armor in the game, which means, you can spend money on it instead of being a completionist. And it arguably looks cooler, so like, fuck them. You don't just ruin a fucking completion reward like that. Right, I already bought the obsidian chest. Alright, I have plenty of money, so I'm just gonna buy the rest of that leather set too. Our natural armor stat is maxed out, so like what we're wearing for defense doesn't necessarily matter. Even though most enemies don't even damage me at this point in time, I can just wear whatever I want for fashion, so I might mix and match, I don't know. I also forgot to check for the bright plate stuff. I still need to finish that set so I can open the door. We'll see if there's any cool weapon I can buy. I've probably got a popcorn shell in my teeth. Really frustrating. Might go pick that out.
Don't like this.
Ah! Oh boy, that's hard. I couldn't get it. It's like stuck in between the tooth and the gum. At the bottom of it, which probably isn't a good sign.
You've come to the right place.
Bugging the crap out of me though. I think I got it. I was picking at the wrong tooth the first time somehow. Yeah, I also have to buy something. I'm not sure what. Another achievement I didn't get where I have to own one of each type of weapon and spell. Probably a cleaver. I'm just gonna do that. I know I had a katana at some point, or no, I have the legendary one. I have a longsword too, I have an axe of course, a mace. We'll get that. Pick hammer we have, great hammer we have, great axe we have, great sword. I don't think I own one of these. There we go. We got the achievement just then. Be a sword. Silver, sharpening, piercing. Basically the Harbinger, but it looks cool. I think I said that last time I looked at it. I kind of want this. If I decide that the health regen's stupid, I'm gonna use that because it looks sexy.
Must be true. You're alive and Jack has been beaten.
You almost turned in all the books too. I should maybe get that out of the way. It'd be nice to get whatever lore is filled in, because there's actually like the lore machine in the next area, and it's really shitty because it's one of the last things that you do. So you're pretty much just sit there and listen to them for an hour instead of you know, coming back and listen to them occasionally.
I've never done nothing. Oh.
However, it is all interesting
Have you found any interesting reading material?
if you take the time to listen to it. I think it's probably because they decided to like write more lore after the fact. Like when they realized this game sold well and they made the lost chapters for it. They started planning out for a sequel, you know how it goes.
Scorm's Teeth. That's the Guild of Zeros. I thought your guild had every copy of the book burned, along with its author.
The Guild of Zeros.
All right, then. I'll give it a try. The Journal of Bloody Nose. Zero in training. Day 14.
That's a great name.
We've been developing our stealth skills. by playing hide and seek. Knowing how to run and hide from your enemies is an important skill for any Zero, says Days. He seems to be a master of the art. It took us all day to find him after he teleported away. Eventually, we heard his cries and found him wedged inside a hollow tree in the Academy woods. He wasn't at all happy that it took us so long to find him, but he decided to test our hiding skills next. We must be really good at it, because we've been out here in the woods for 2 days now, and he still hasn't found us.
If he sees me, I'm dead.
So Mage just left them. What he knows is probably Briar Rose under an alias, so I guess she got pissed off and wrote a book about how Days fucking ditched her. How Maze ditched her. That's kind of funny.
Ah, hello again. Have you found any
I can sleep in...
reading material?
Oh god.
Well, you look at that. A Jack Stevenson Choose Your Own Adventure book. Oh, you should hold on to that, hero. It might be worth something.
Ah?
Do you have a Well, you look at that.
I see. I guess I don't have any new books for him. I don't really know where to buy them either, so...
Stay out of trouble.
That's it. You stay out of trouble. Alright, the cool armor. Let's put it on, shall we? We're gonna look dope as shit. I don't know why I kept going over that tab. Yeah, would you look at that? How very generic. Kinda got the big hip problem that a lot of the Dark Souls armor has. Aside from that, pretty cool. Not sure if I like the helmet. Maybe we'll put on the badass leather helmet instead. Or the lion. That looks kind of sweet with it, don't you think? That works too. And the hood kind of goes with everything. Bucket hat. I think I'm gonna go with the hood. Epic. It'd look even better if I had some sort of cloak, but sadly those don't exist despite me having it in the cutscene. Huh. Anyways, I spent most of our money. I don't think I could buy the bright plate stuff even if I had. Even if it was available. That's what I was trying to say. I don't have the money. Right, probably gained experience. I don't know if I spent it before I got off or not. I guess I did. Cool. Are we on side quest? The Ransom victim. Oh, I remember this. I didn't think it was DLC, but okay.
Many have died. I believe these creatures are known as summoners. My mission here has failed. I will attempt to stop their passage to the mainland.
This isn't the side quest. I was supposed to come here.
The strongest among you must open the primal demon door close to this podium. It holds the fire heart.
Fire heart!
Only the chosen one will gain audience with the prophets. Use the heart to call the ship of the drowned.
That was either Adventure Time or Chowder.
Lost.
I hope it was Chowder.
Side?
outside! Oh, we've lost him. Scorn! The demon door awoke this morning, but none of us could get through. It says we're not worthy.
It is up to you, hero. You defeated Jack single-handedly. If it will not open for you...
The man's got a point. I'll stick to my speciality and hit the books. We need to know what these summoners are. Good luck.
Alright, so this is the game's attempt at doing puzzles, I guess. I mean, we did the one with the, you know, spelling out the guy's name. It's...
You bear the mask of Jack of Blades. The prophets had foreseen the coming of such a legend among heroes.
Also, I mentioned before, this door was here the whole time, it just didn't have a face.
Marks the arrival of a new threat to all things living. We have long dreaded.
Nice chest guy.
Behind my walls lies the Fireheart. There, you will speak to the prophets who watch over it. You may enter now, but beware the beating of the heart. It has burned many before you.
That Thunder's voice?
The prophets of the Fireheart wait for you behind the demon door.
We are the prophets of the Fireheart.
It was your destiny to seek us out, hero.
The beast arises in the frozen north. Only he who claims the heart can stop it.
Its mystical powers will guide you across the sea. There you must face a force of such evil. Not even death can silence its fury.
I actually got another claim on the same song.
Yes, we were coming.
They released it very quick this time since I already had a past dispute with it, but it's still a little frustrating.
And we'll finally be free.
Witness the board before you. Each time you turn all the moons into suns, you'll release one of us from our perpetual prison.
But fill the board with moons and one of us will perish. And the Fireheart will never be yours.
What? I thought you said he'd get it even if he gets us all killed. I heard you.
Quiet, you imbecile!
Look, it's very simple. Solve the damn puzzle. You get the heart, we get out of this hole. Everyone's happy, all right?
I actually took the liberty of, like, copying my whole claim argument and putting it in a text document so I don't have to rewrite it next time, because I expected it to happen one more time for this episode, I guess. I didn't understand why the fuck they even did this, because you get it either way. It's literally just, do you want to kill them or do you want to free them? I don't know. Maybe punish me and have me find a different solution if I'm an asshole and want to kill them all. Right, you're supposed to do this in a time limit, which... Now, for the most part, you don't have to really backtrack over anything, but...
One of us will have... Spare my brothers! Oh!
I don't know, even if you do, it's really easy. Just double back on whatever move you made. Like, look at that. Real simple stuff.
Right, is it, lads?
Now I'm just, like, stuck doubling back on all these, which really will run the clock. There's probably a more efficient way to do this, but it doesn't matter. It's so simplistic that there's, like, is no puzzle element to this for real.
Oh, I don't like this! Ah!
No, wait! Kill the others if you have to, but you have to let me live! Oh no! Does anyone else have sweaty palms? No, hero! Don't kill me! Kill one of... Oh, listen! We can make a deal! One of...
Ah!
Look into your heart and spare the rest. I say, you do realize realize you created a moon sign there. Please, reconsider your actions, hero. Oh dear.
You're getting a real kick out of this, aren't you? Stuck-up, selfish hero. No, it's got to be sun signs, you idiot, not moons.
Oh, bro. Team Garuki.
Chop, chop. Hurry it up, will you?
Ah, shit, I might actually fail this one.
You
All sack.
No, it's got to be sun signs, you idiot.
I think it's probably sound more like this. I just walk straight through it. And I go back up. Yeah. And be willing to touch the ones that are already good.
You just don't care. I knew you were a nasty piece of work as soon as I saw you. I hope you choke on the fire heart.
Or a piece of corn. Popcorn. Fireheart, a gem of awe-inspiring beauty and mystical powers.
You have the Fireheart? Excellent. I knew you'd be able to do it.
So, have a nice chat with the prophets? I should have known they'd let you in. I've been looking into these summoner creatures, and well, I don't know what you had to do to get the Sword of Aeons, but boy, am I glad you did. These things are bad.
I'm sure he'll be able to deal with them, Briar. He did defeat Jack, after all. Your next step is to place the Fireheart in the Hook Coast Lighthouse. Its power will summon the ship that will carry you to the northern wastes. Good luck once more, hero.
Alright, we're gonna do the side quest first. No protection, sure, dust scratch. Maybe, I don't know. This spider, fuck that. I do realize it says no aggressive magic, which means I can probably use the Berserk skill and make this work, but... and fuck that. Victim not harmed, sure. Kill the kidnappers, of course. Alright, we're looking for Knothole Blade. And save the chief's son. You'd think the chief would be able to take care of his own business, but I guess not. Yeah, I did mention that the heroes, like, go extinct in all the future games. The character you play being, like, the last of the bloodline. There's actually a handful of them in Fable 2, but they'll disappear too. Barring Reaver, I guess. I don't know. It's never explained whether Junior's his actual son or if he's still sacrificing people. Anyways, I was just gonna say, like, eventually exceptional human beings kind of take over the place of heroes.
Nice.
Like, believable people. Major Swift, Ben Finn, Walter Beck, those people are all important. In the third game, of course. Anyways, I feel like the Knothole Blade Chief, being a fucking giant of a man, would fit that role. Or the world not full of fucking demigods.
Over here! I need to speak to you! Oh, a hero! At last. It's my youngest son. He's been captured by bandits. I've told him never to go playing in the woods. They say they'll send me his head if I don't pay the ransom. Oh, why does everything happen to me? Why? They're holding him in a cave in Witchwood, those filthy savages. You have to rescue him. Here's the ransom gold. If you can kill the lot of them, it's yours to keep. Just make sure my son is unharmed. Oh,
big bet. I get to keep the ransom?
This is all too much.
Hey, over here. So, you're off to free my little brother, are you? That's just lovely. Lovely. But you know, my father is a stupid old man. Can you believe he's talking of making the brat the next chief around here? We can't let that happen, my friend. It would be the end of this town. If you want to make some serious gold, bring the boy to me. I'll be waiting for you on the secluded path on the opposite side to the demon door.
I don't think that necessarily compromises any of my boasts, except maybe to make sure no harm comes to him. I'm assuming he'll pay me money, though, so I'm not sure.
Excuse me?
That's a shop, the green icon. I think. No, that's the chief. Never mind. Also, our hair is gray, which means we're old now. Wonder how old. Let's see. Legendary Witch Hunter. Son of a bitch. I guess I just have to wait. We are 54 years old. Wow. I did mention that your speed stat or something like that, maybe your physique goes down by like a level when you get old. You're supposed to use the temples to get your age back. I don't know, I guess I have money I could throw at Avo. And again, I don't think it really matters at this point. I'm still one-hitting everything. Let's see, I'd recently got into the Metro franchise. Mostly because the third game, Exodus, finally got put on Steam, because I don't want to download the fucking Fortnite launcher. Despite the fact that you get, like, free games every month just for having an account, I don't know, I don't want to have more fucking things. And I don't like Fortnite. So their time of exclusivity went up and they put it on Steam, and they put it on sale for, like, 30-40% off. It was a pretty banging deal. I bought the whole collection for like $50 with all the DLC and the remasters. It's a pretty slapping deal. Anyways, I played and beat the first game, which obviously had a fair amount of changes done to it because they put it in the second game's engine. But, I don't know, the story was untouched for the most part. I was able to get both endings in one run, which my brother doesn't think you could have done. I have the original on disc, I just never played it. Because I'm generally not into shooters, it's really hard to sell me on them. Because they're so fucking shallow. When you get to the end of a shooter, the boss fight's always like a cutscene, or a QTE, or like a horde of enemies, because, oh, what are you gonna do for a boss fight? Make a tanky guy? Gonna feel like shit. But the atmosphere is just really fantastic all throughout the whole game. And like, you can ghost mode through it, so if you're into stealth games, it's pretty good for that. plays Solid. They have all these interesting makeshift weapons, set in Russia, of course. You love to see it. Not related to Stalker, though I do believe the first game was made in Stalker's engine. Anyways, I really enjoyed it. I think the first game relied a bit too much on one particular enemy and its higher level variant, like way too much. And there were, like, a lot of mutant enemies. They just didn't introduce a lot of them until, like, the last 2 or 3 missions. And, like, why? I feel like I fought humans, like, 2, maybe 3 times in that whole game. Like, kind of poopy, because they're the only things you can really stealth past. I also think it's weird how the character does have a voice. Like, he talks at the end, he talks in between levels when he's telling you what happens, and you have journal entries you can pick up as collectibles, which tell you his thoughts. So, like, he is a fully thought out character, not an insert yourself blank kind of guy. But he's silent throughout the whole game for no reason. Maybe he just talks when he wanted to. And you play this guy in all 3 games too. I don't know if he ever talks, ever, while you're playing. I don't know why I doubled back there. Anyways, it's a super cool world. I couldn't really get into Stalker when I played it. I guess you can call that a similar game, despite it being more of an RPG. Stalker, that is. I remember doing, like, the first act of it, and, like, I think the second area was, like, way more open. I kind of got lost, and I don't know. It's weird applying RPG elements to guns. What's this? I got the legendary trash bag armor.
You heroes always have to stick your nose into everything, don't you? Well, as long as you've got the gold, the boss won't mind. Go right in. Don't get any bright ideas, though. We'll be waiting right here.
No you won't. Nerd.
Hey, what's the big idea? Attacking my people. The ransom just went up. Now hand the gold over. Any more of your funny stuff and the kid leaves in pieces. And now you won't pay? Oh, I guess you won't mind if we spill the kid's guts out then. That's the way it's going to be.
Aw, I shot him. Fuck. It's because of the multi-arrow. Oh well. That one was probably gonna fail because I'm gonna turn him over to the brother.
Wow, a real hero. And you saved me. I can't believe how lucky I am. Bandits and a hero in one day. I suppose we should get going then. That man you killed is starting to smell funny. I bet we see more bandits though, and they won't be happy you killed their boss.
Anyways, I know the second game, Last Light, is known for having, like, good towns with, like, a lot to see in them. However, the first game, I didn't feel like it was like that. I mean, there's scripted moments that are cool, but otherwise, they're pretty much just like, here's a spot to buy ammo and gun upgrades. Which, I use the term upgrade loosely. They're like literal real-world gun attachments, and they don't, not all of them necessarily apply bonuses, or they have their own drawbacks. I don't know, it works. You can only hold 3 guns at a time, so you shouldn't really get attached to anything. Because ammo is so scarce that you're going to be swapping them out constantly. Speaking of the ammo, the currency is ammo. Special ammo that, like, lights shit on fire. It's the good shit. Which I think's good, because when you're on the harder difficulties, you're not going to have too much of the normal ammo, so you're going to be firing your money, which then means that you can't buy the stuff that you need, like medkits and normal ammo, and gun upgrades, of course. Oh, and air filters, because, you know, post-apocalypse. Recent post-apocalypse, it's been like 20 years since the bomb dropped. Anyways, it was pretty enjoyable, the first one. I know the Redux gave you the option of making it like more of an action-oriented thing, like Last Light, like lowering the difficulty in a lot of respects. They let you choose the original difficulty too, though, which is how I played it. And interestingly, they add in the option of that same original difficulty to the second game for its redo. Redux, however you pronounce it. I think it's French, so redo. Which is interesting, but I chose to play both of them in their purest forms. Yet to finish the second one. I don't know, I've got... my opinions of them are both glowing so far, though. The second one seems to be a lot more of stealthy deal with humans. When I asked my brother about it, he said that the first game was more about setting up the world, and that's why I focused more on the monsters and stuff. And after that, it's just about the people living in the environment, so play a lot more humans. Also, the difficulties are like well done, because rather than just making things tankier or whatever, they make ammo more scarce, which is awesome. It helps improve the atmosphere. It makes stealthing harder, which is always good most of the time, because it still works. It's never bullshit hard. And then they just make everything do more damage, including you, so, like, it feels awesome when you shoot a dude and he dies. Means it rewards skilled play, I guess. The one thing I don't like about the hardest one is that it removes your HUD entirely, and for your grenade wheel, you can only see that through UI. There's no other way to tell except for a sound effect that makes, but you kind of just wiggle your mouse around in the dark to switch them, which is really annoying. Also, despite the fact that the two redos were made at, like, the same time, Last Light still looks a lot nicer. I guess they didn't upgrade the character models or something. It doesn't matter. It's not terrible looking, the first one. So, yeah. Recommend, I guess. There is no multiplayer, of course, which probably a good thing. I think the first one took me about 10, 12 hours. Kind of short, but I don't know what I was expecting. It wants you to replay it, that's for sure. And it looks like that they had budget, so like the second game's a lot longer.
Come on, we're nearly home now.
Anyway, anyways, check him out if you haven't. I slept on it, and
Nearly home.
I feel kind of bad about it, I guess, because my brother was telling me to play him forever. Speaking of which, I added Binary Domain to our list of things to play, because that's another one my brother told me to play forever ago. I just never got around to it. I don't even know that much about the game, besides that you're fighting robots, and they, like, freaking get shredded by your guns, which is really cool looking.
Hey, nice work, hero. You've earned your keep.
You won't believe where I've been. I was in this cave, and there were these bandits and...
Yeah, keep your mouth shut, you little squirt. I'm gonna show you what those bandits should have done.
Really? Cool. Is there gonna be swords?
There just might be. I'll have to deal with crazy old Dad next. Everybody knows I should be the chief. I wonder what I should do with your body. Bury it here? Nah. I think I'll just dump it in Witchwood Gorge.
Oh, yes! The gorge, please. It's brilliant there.
Damn, this kid's stupid. I guess we're right to kill him. Also, did you see how he just walked through the ground? Okay, so next mission, they're gonna introduce us to the main new enemy, which you're gonna see a lot of. They're kind of like an upgraded version of the minions, called summoners. You're excited to talk about them. Anyways, I don't think the Sword of Aeons is necessarily good against them, because these guys are like armor machines, and this thing's just like health, mana, and experience. Yeah, it's probably gonna use this instead. Aside from that, the next area has a couple quote new enemies. They're variants of enemies that already existed. As being trolls, balverines, I think there's a hob variant, and undead. And they're all like snowified. Which means silver will work good against a lot of them. Put my clothes back on too.
Don't try anything. You're sure to find something to suit you.
I wish there was more reason to wear the dark variants, aside from, them just being dark. They modify your alignment, so I guess you could use it to offset your character a bit, but once you're at a max of either side, it's not going to do much for you. It just kind of looks cool. Even then, I think it'd be way cooler if the armor, died itself with your morality, rather than having to just purchase it like this. Anyways, it was like he's selling the bright stuff. I can check Oakvale still. I don't think they have it in Bowerstone South ever. Oh, did I not grab the rent? Oh no.
Stand up.
You've come to the right place.
Damn.
You remember that old tale of the Hook Coast ship? I've heard it's going to appear again.
The Hook Coast ship, more like the Hook Ghost ship, am I right? And you'll see what I mean.
Ha-ha!
Aha! That's not the button I pressed, but... Alright, we're going right to Hook Coast.
Oh, Hero! I've been expecting you. As you can see, the town's been evacuated, just like the Guildmaster asked. Must be something serious, eh? Well, it wasn't easy getting everyone out on such short notice, but us guards know our duty. Well, I could tell you some stories I could. But you probably don't want to hear them right now. I'll just leave it to you, sir. Good day.
After I'm gonna drink my will experience potion. Sick. Alright, so we have to go all the way to the top of this lighthouse. There's a pillar where a fire would have been lit, I presume, but it's always been empty. Kind of like how that demon door was always there. It definitely feels like this is more cut content than actual DLC. And look at this, this is just always empty, and it'll always look like that. But now I put the fire heart in it. Starts beating, pretty cool.
Is the fire heart in place? Good. Meet me downstairs. According to the books, the ship should arrive as soon as the heart's energy reaches full power. What the hell?
There he is, an armor boy.
To destroy the heart. We have to...
He's got a stupid-looking sword.
Come on, we have to stop it before it destroys the fire heart.
Kind of like a Hollow Knight nail.
Let's get them.
It's only stupid-looking because it doesn't have a crossguard or whatever you call it. I think that's literally what it's called, because that's what it's there for. In fact, you see how this one on this sword is like Y-shaped? That's like the optimal guard, because you can use it to like catch the other guy's sword and turn it on him.
More summoners. The heart needs more time to power up. Come on.
One, like the scimitar one that wraps around your hand is also good, because it obviously keeps your fingers from getting chopped off. The inverted Y has a similar effect. I don't think there is any advantage to the generic straight one, though.
We've got to stop the summoners destroying the fire heart. Time to get busy. Time to get busy. Let's get them. Time to get busy. Time to get busy. We've got company. The fire heart must be protected.
23 is a pretty solid multiplier. I'm gonna use it now. Agents of Might's useless.
Time to get busy. We've got to stop the summoners destroying the fire heart. We've got to keep them away from the fire heart.
As you can see, these guys are like really tanky and they hit really hard. They're kind of bullshit because they can block your attacks pretty easily too. I can't get over how freaking refreshing that water looks.
Here's your ride.
Like a sea of Sprite.
Cozy. When you get to the Northern Wastes, your guild seal will activate the local teleporters, and I'll be able to join you. Scythe would have done it long ago, but he destroyed his seal before he arrived. Didn't want Maze to know what he was up to, I guess. Well, have a nice trip. Maybe when I see you next, we can have a snowball fight.
I think this is supposed to be voiced, but it's not. I mean, if it wasn't voiced, then I guess that would give you a cheap first impression on the DLC you just went out and bought. But there's like a lot of actual dialogue in this, maybe more so than the actual game. Oh, and her haircut went stupid. We got like the tramp beard and the kid haircut again.
I had feared you lost. I am Scythe, though my name has long been forgotten in the guild. Maze saw to that. My apologies for not meeting you in person. I must remain in Snowspire village and protect it from summoners. Terrible though they are but a symptom of a much greater power rising in these lands. Meet me in Snowspire in the far north. I will explain everything, and then we must consult the town's ancient oracle. I pray we can awaken it, and that it holds the answers we seek.
Alright, so this is a pretty small area. It's about the size of Witchwood.
Hey, the teleporters are up and running. Nice one. I'm going to have a look around after speaking to Scythe. Catch you later.
All things considered, it's still refreshing, I guess. It's not... You're not used to seeing, like, expansion packs of games anymore. The biggest ones in recent memory are, of course, The Witcher 3, which all of its DLCs were expansion packs, aside from, like, the free things that were just armors, and Bioshock Infinite, of course, which had to subtly go back to Rapture and explain the magic word. I guess you could say, Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, but that's like a standalone thing. You don't need to have the base game, so it's not really DLC. Like, Saints Row 4 is basically the same thing, but they called it 4 instead of Blood Dragon. Oh, hell yeah. I'll drink to that. $30. Oh boy. I don't even remember what's in that one, honestly. It could be the battle suit, but I feel like that's in the graveyard. Or the necropolis, much bigger than a graveyard. We're only missing 3 keys. They're obviously scattered about here somewhere, right? There's the fireball. Hey, I just want to show this off real quick to show you why don't you use it. Accidentally charged up to 3 levels. That's kind of a fix on how it originally was. Maybe because I don't have it maxed out. I don't know, it doesn't... The charge speed of it never increases. This is the plate helmet, except there's only one for the dark and light suit. It was nice of them to add it. It looks pretty cool. However, they are just the same mesh for both of them. Yeah, it just takes time to charge, and while it does do a fair amount of damage and have a sweet AoE, it's just like not worth the trouble. It is nice that you can move at like normal speed while you're charging it though. I always thought you were better off just using the lightning. Hold on. Damn, is there no way to look? Whatever. It's the same statue from before. He's holding a sword now, I guess. I don't think the original one was, but... Nah, you'll see they reuse a lot of assets. Like, I'm sure that's from Hook Coast in some way. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's the same game, so you don't have to make new stuff. There we go, that's an ice troll right there. You couldn't tell. These guys are just tankier than the others. I think it literally uses the rock troll mesh though. And ice is basically a rock, so it doesn't matter. Oh, he's got chains. That's pretty cool. Oh boy, we're in the Duke's archives. And I still feel like such a bitch for not being able to finish that. It was modded, so like I feel less bad about it, but I don't know, I sank a lot of time into it. I just kind of got stuck in the endgame area and had no way of going back to do like the whole rest of the game. ONS were supposed to be the final fight. Almost. Obviously Gwyn is the final guy, but one of the last things he did. I was pretty peeved. Whatever, I feel like that guy fucked up the balancing a lot. Gotta be a fishing spot right here, yeah. Oh, another one. Sick. I know one of these has a special mace in it. Sweet, you love to see it. I always forget this part of the map's even a thing. The next one's where you spend most of your time, but you come back here like once to get into the necropolis, which is right there at the top. Didn't the brother have that tattoo? The one that we just met. And nice of them to make use of the DLC stuff. Oh boy. I'm looking for landmarks I can dig at. There's usually stuff at the foot of statues. Swear to God, I keep hearing gas from, like, humans. I thought it might have been a hobbit first, but that one was definitely a grown man. That was a bird. I wonder if they're all birds. Oh, it's very creepy. Can you imagine if birds spoke English? I guess parrots do to an extent, but it's not quite the same. You know that it's mimicking you. I guess any animal talking would be creepy, not just birds, but like birds come in crowds, so there'd be like a mob, like a cafeteria just rolling by. Orcon's hammer. Club. I don't know why it's a red hammer. It's just a wood club. I think it looks pretty cool. I think Orcon is a joke. Archon. Often mistaken for a hob, and sometimes as a baby troll, Orcon was a diminutive warrior who shunned his society and lived in the mountains. Enemies would sometimes laugh as they saw his small form charging towards them with his club in his hand. Usually the last thing they did. I like it. It's just a club, though. An upgrade version of the stick, I guess. Now, it didn't look like it had any augment slots or anything. Right, so this thing has these 3 spots that you walk through. There's the necropolis, which is a major area, like where you go on a quest, you know. And then there's a lot of boss fights, which I guess you could say each one of them is better than anything in the main game, but they're still not great because how shallow the mechanics are. Like, they tried. I know last time I was talking about the whole puzzle fight dynamic of what makes boss fights fun. And, yeah, these are just fights. The puzzle element isn't really present in any of them. I guess the final one has, like, phases where you can't hit him at all, because reasons, but I don't know, it comes off as more annoying than anything else. I did, however, not mention that, I don't want to word this. All of the animes with, like, rabid fan bases are usually these kind of puzzle fight shonen things. Like, there's trashy shonen, and then there's the puzzle fight ones that are interesting to watch, because they give all their characters unique and simple powers, and they have to use them in creative ways against other people's unique and simple powers. And it feels like there's character growth in every single fight, and that's really awesome. That would be like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, My Hero Academia. Naruto, to an extent, usually just pulls a new jutsu out of his ass, which isn't quite the same. And, Turn Magical Index, show I mentioned in, like, the second or first episode of this. Has a really awesome power system, which I feel like I half need to defend the show, because it comes off as, like, generic trash at first. But the world is interesting, and it grows constantly. And it's like a very unique thing, kind of like the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
There you are. So how was the cruise? Me? I'm more of a teleporter girl. Good thing your seal set the local ones off. I've managed to get a good look around, and this pile of stones might be worth investigating. See all those inscriptions? I'm heading back to the guild to work on the translations. You should carry on to Snowspire and speak with Scythe. He's waiting for you. Catch you later!
Right, so this looks like an extremely video gamey hub area, doesn't it? At the centerpiece, and you get the three things that you put, like, the MacGuffin in. Or maybe they're portals, and then something probably happens in the center, right? That's what you'd think. And, I don't know, you're half right. This way is the Bronze Gate. There's the dark version of the helmet right over here. So this is the Bronze Gate. It's a big fucking gate made of bronze. It's our goal. We're trying to get this thing open. It's where the final boss is. We did read that book about dragons. It says that they're all behind the Bronze Gate, so you can assume that the final boss will be a dragon. You'll find out in just a second why we have to fight a dragon or even open this thing, but... I don't know, it's very contrived. I wasn't sold. I'd rather they just introduce a new super bad guy. Even just a faceless dragon would have been alright, because it's a dragon, you know? Of course I want to kill it. I'm going the wrong way. Anyways, as I was saying, every time there's an arc, you'll meet new characters, and they'll start showing up throughout the world. Sometimes they'll be Easter eggs, sometimes they'll be more important. and the spin-off shows happened, they introduced more characters, and now things that could have been faceless side characters are now actual characters that you care about. And people learn new abilities in their side shows and come back looking all awesome in the main thing. It's cool. It also tasks a lot of investment value from you, so you could very well argue that some people are just like forcing themselves to like it because they sunk so much time into it. And that's fair. Happened with Game of Thrones. Still happening with The Walking Dead. He doesn't look a lot more cozy than Hook Ghost. People got the nice fur clothes.
Snowspire.
Houses have a cozy amount of snow on them.
Speak of your journey.
You got a creepy dead man.
Summoners have reached Hook Coast. Then there is less time than I thought, and I have much to tell you. I arrived here many years ago, when the guild believed Jack of Blades would use the Snowspire Oracle in his search for the sword. Now it is we who are in need of its wisdom. To speak with it, we will need the glyphs of inquiry. They were hidden in the Age of Archon by 4 acolytes, who buried them deep in the haunted necropolis. I will send word to the necropolis guards to grant you passage.
I don't know if you noticed in that half second they were on screen, but what are those Nordic symbols? We got a Y, an M, C, and an A. That's right, baby, we're gonna learn how to do the YMCA. The dance that nobody actually does in real life, just like the chicken dance, but everybody knows it, so I don't know why they don't. I hit people with the chicken dance ironically. The only one I can do. And the YMCA, of course. They teach you in school. Which I kind of feel like they need to do more of, honestly. School holds dances and prom and whatnot, and like they only teach you to do that. And then when the fucking disaster piece of all the freaking 13-year-olds grinding on each other in cafeteria happens and they get yelled at, they have no one to blame because they weren't taught how to do anything tasteful. You just do what you saw on TV. Fire Assassin. That shit actually looks pretty dope. It's the assassin outfit, but it's got flames on it. I think there's a hood for it, too. You know, it's kind of like, learning to do your taxes. That's something that they didn't teach in school for the longest freaking time. They taught me in, like, my last year. It was, like, the last class I took. And it was mandatory. However, well, I was like 19 already. You can start working when you're 16. You gotta learn before then. They should teach you in like, I don't know, freshman or junior year, in my opinion. Or is sophomore, second. I don't know. I hate the terms. 9th and 10th grade, okay, people?
Must be true. You're alive and Jack has been beaten?
I don't really need to live in this. I thought I hit yes to setting as my marital home. I guess I didn't. I want to put a trophy in it, though. Fireheart Bin, Undead Hand. I think Jack's Mask is one of these trophies, unless they took it away. I was gonna do it as like a joke, because it doesn't make sense. Like, he used the mask to collect MacGuffins. So it wouldn't really make sense that you hung it up in your freaking house. Anyways, now I gotta put this up for rent.
You're sure to find something to suit you.
Speaking of My Hero, I saw the new movie yesterday. It was pretty great. No. I thought the first movie was okay. Like, it was kind of just like a long episode. It was a whole arc, self-contained. The characters that you'll never see again. And not all of our boys and girls got their screen time in it. That was completely rectified with the new one.
I'm keeping you.
The villains were all throwaway, of course, and none of the character modes are canon because of reasons. But they do some pretty insane stuff. And I'd say a solid 2/3 of the movie is all action, which is awesome. Like, you spend the first half hour just getting set up for the situation. Villains are introduced, but they don't fight. And then this stuff happens, and shit hits the fan, and it gets crazy. For like the next hour. And everybody gets scroll time. There were 4 villains, 2 of them kind of get thrown out right away. I thought one of them was cool, the other one was kind of And the other 2 guys that actually get fight time are like way OP. So you love to see it. Look at those shoes, those are freaking slick.
You've come to the right place.
Sykes charity gauntlets. Cool. Charity boots, huh? I'll wear them.
The sword! You have the sword!
Ugh. Alright, there's a burp. So anyways, it was good. Again, I'm not much of a movie/TV show critic guy, because I don't know the in and outs of them, but pretty crazy and entertaining. Which there are plenty of good movies that are not entertaining, like 2001: A Space Odyssey.
I'm keeping tabs on you.
So I feel like that's an important point to make. Also, fun fact, the subbed version got like the special XD theater treatment, but the dub one sold like way better. And they actually added an extra showing of it. Love to see. I'm not so uncultured that I won't watch something in Japanese, but if the dub's available, I'm doing that because I'm watching it. I could read the manga, which is better if I wanted to read. That's how I feel.
Look at those lovely trees.
This is the charity building, isn't it? I didn't read the pop-ups because I read the word charity and was like, oh, yeah, that'd be out of character. Either that or it's some kind of auction house where I can get stuff on, like,
I've got my...
what's the word? Layaway? There's a weapon shop, and it's not open. I'm just robbing all these houses to look for fire assassin stuff. I think that's how you get it. Obviously, that armor shop wasn't selling it. Unless I was in the wrong one, I don't know. Maybe the weapon shop sells actual armor. Lion head chest tattoo? Ah, shit.
Stop! That's illegal. Intruder!
Taylor? Ah! Oh, he just broke a window. This guy needs to be taken off the force. I'm just gonna get out here and wait the bounty off while I go do quests. We're making progress here. If I hit them, my bounty will go up. I think all the keys are just in the necropolis. A little bit lame because I'm gonna have to make 2 trips in there then. And I think I'm heading right there. Thought I had to talk to Briar Rose first. I guess not. Yeah, here are the zombies and Valverines in both in one place. He's got a Blade Club, which looks pretty sick, I gotta say. Also, his armor is kind of dope too. Look at that. It looks like it's made of demon door. Would make sense. Old Kingdom architecture. They did say this is like an ancient race of people who live up here, only recently awakened. Wow, look at all those enemies we don't have to fight. It's so weird they didn't put any on this path.
Oh, yes. Scythe told us to let you in. Well, I guess you better show him through.
Yeah, nice try, Mungo. It's your turn, and you know it.
Ah, nuts. All right, then. Follow me.
I like the colors they pick for their guard outfit. I also like that they have a hood on them now. They like make them look all the more cozy.
Right, that's as far as I'm going. This place ain't safe, you know. The old town's full of ghosts. Folks say the poor beggars don't even realise they're dead. Anyway, take care looking for them, Glyphs, they're called, right?
Glyphs.
You're not the first one that's come rummaging for pieces of carved stone, you know. The others found more than they bargained for, though. Rotting corpses, a lot of them now. Anyway, have a nice day.
Okay, so, full disclosure, I didn't actually know the trick to doing this, like, forever. But there is one. Steal these graves, you have the option of digging them up. And, if you dig up the wrong one, it's gonna summon, like, a horde of undead. And you're supposed to see which one of these say, a nice thing about the person who died to get the correct one. This guy spent his life painting horrors and died from many weeping sores. One drunken punch too many, saw him meet his maker. Gave support until the end. Cliff. So knowing the secret's actually going to save us a lot of time. Because I think, aside from the undead, there's a chance to summon a summoner, which, you know, we fought them, they're tanky. What's really shady about playing this on a controller is that, you can only have 4 expressions bound at once. Or you can only have 3 bound at once, I mean. Or maybe 4, if I do this one. I was gonna say it's a lot easier to do the YMCA on keyboard. Because you have a whole hotbar to work with. But, you know, I wanted to try it on controller. Just for a change of pace. Killed by a loot. Jeff the Brute. Useless. A sign, friend of sight, not as good as staying alive. It's like the graveyard zombies periodically spawn on their own, but I think that the main thing is that they, come when you dig up wrong graves. That's the final demon door. He wants to eat all of our silver keys. Which, you know, it can be 1 silver key, or it can be all of the silver keys. Either way, you want to collect them all and open every chest before you feed them. Also, for whatever reason, I don't have the achievement for getting every key, despite my other guy clearly wearing the armor. So, maybe it's in a 25 key chest, and I don't know what's in the one at the shore. I don't even care that much about achievements, but I'm pretty salty when I do the thing and I don't get it, you know? Ars Ruthlin met his own deadline. Filler Noise, Gravekeeper Extraordinaire? Sure? Sounds good enough, right? Oh, hell yeah. Chris, buried here. I don't know if that's good or bad, so I'm gonna dig it. I'm also not too sure about the deadline one, but I'm gonna guess it's bad. This is the grave you'll seek. Sounds like the ghost of a merchant. Adam's civic life had a nasty effect on him. S. Van Trilba, town crier, burnt on a pyre. I think life has a nasty effect on most of us. My quest was for happiness, but they worked me into the ground. Oh. G-ports, he came to a gooey end. Sexy. Yeah, this is probably it right here, so I don't know what's in that 30 key chest. I think it's maybe a longsword. I have to have gotten it one time, right? There it is. See how it's literally the same as the other one? It's just like silver instead of gray. I think this one might actually look better. I'm not sure. But yeah, this is basically plate, but more powerful. Don't we look all heroic and shit? Whatever, despite it being objectively good stat-wise, I'm gonna put on something that makes us look less heroic. Maybe that fire assassin shirt. I doubt it'll match well with it. I'll probably go back to one of these. You know, I'm kind of feeling it. Kind of looks good with the pirate hat. That's like a full face cover. That looks cool. The Dark Will user hat would probably look good on it too. Too bad I didn't get it. Probably change out the gloves. I think that helmet looks good with it though. It wasn't too uncommon to wear like a face mask underneath the helmet because it's like, it's metal clothing. It's gonna fucking grind against you and feel terrible. Those look sick. Look at that. Useless. Master Spellweaver, sure. Albion is beautiful. Why not? His name was I Love It. These are randomized, by the way. They're not in the same spot every time. Luck brought the world to life, but the world didn't repay the favor. How many keys do I have? 28? I feel like I should have all of them by now. Yeah, I don't know where else I would look if I don't have them all. Also, can y'all see that Steam notification? Yeah, you can. Should I send this boy the link to my Twitch stream? Yeah, I guess I'll do that. Hold on, just a moment. Yeah. Epic. Right. I was gonna go look for my keys. If I have 29, I have half a mind to go look it up. If I'm missing 2, I'm probably just gonna cash them in. Where would it be though? Under Misc? 28. Oh boy. We'll see if there is any at this last bit. Albert boy. Let's see, if I remember correctly, we're gonna fight like 2 or 3 summoners in addition to that troll. Bit of an annoying fight, but I think we're OP enough to work with it. R. Stevens built this city, now he lies in this hole. So, not good. Did I not read this one? I swear I saw the highlight for a second. What? E. Timmons tested a prototype anti-ballerina hat. It didn't work. Jay Glover died of lead poisoning. Is there a joke that has to do with gloves and lead? Over my head, bro. Your men fell asleep and forgot to wake up. Yeah, I've done that a few times. You're a will potion. I think I'm holding on to 2 of those now. I'm not even sure how much more will experience we even need. Might be able to max it out. Just me, or this guy a little more annoying than normal troll? I don't think he does the wave attack. Dominic clubbed to death. Does that mean like clubbed or like clubbed? I think I'm gonna dig it. Does it not work anymore? There is no particle effect on it. You're not getting the prompt. I guess the last one's just all the way at the end then. Right, these are the summoners. So, I misremembered. However, you still don't ever want to fight two of these guys at once. Pretty not great. Plus, because the range attack knocks you down, which is never fun. Nobody likes waiting. Yes, the main attack does too. Supposed to be charging. I think it's bugged. Oh. Oh. Got him.
This is Sarth, hero. Well done.
That's a pretty sick looking glove. I don't know why its fingers are bent all funny like, but I wish I could wear it.
Should come back to Snowspire now and see if we can awaken the Oracle.
Yeah, I have no idea where these last two keys might be. I'm pretty sure I've been everywhere, so I'm just gonna turn them in while I'm here. And since I'm pretty sure it's just a longsword of some sort, I'm even more sure that the weapon behind this door is more powerful. I think this is the strongest weapon in the game.
I never wanted to be a demon door. All this waiting around, all the riddles. It's no life. Oh, if only I'd been born a silver key chest. I just love those little silver keys. So shiny, so silver.
I'm sure, but they're not exactly tiny.
I'd do anything for some of my own. Give me yours, please. I'll let you through and everything.
Take them. I don't even want to think about them anymore. I'm a failure. What's going on in my character? The camera's been here the whole time, but the weapon's just cut back in.
Lovely, pretty silver keys. Come to Daddy. Thank you. You may pass.
Bleached? Bowen Island. I don't know why I can't say bleached. There it is, the Bereaver, aka the weapon all the bandit leader guys use. Kinda lazy. However, very powerful. Plus 82 damage is a lot considering that these are all in-game weapons. Origins of the broadsword are soaked in mystery as well as blood, though it's thought to have been wielded by one of the guild's most evil heroes. No records have been found in its name. Some say it belonged to a man, not to a man, but a demon, and that's why it gleams with the fires of hell. Yeah, it's pretty sick. And, Bereaver, I think I talked about it before, but my brother used to pronounce it rebreather, because that's a word he's familiar with, I guess. I believe it comes from the root word bereft, which means to, like, to take away or something like that. So the weapon is the taker, the life taker. How metal. It's also a great axe, apparently, or is that a normal axe? One-handed, right? Two-handed. I guess the idea is that it's so heavy that it needs to use the great axe animations. Which I think are just normal animations, but slowed down. There's not much else to see here. This is one of the few examples of a demon door that, like, actually dove into the idea of the pocket dimension. You notice how we're not necessarily in the frozen waste state anymore. All the other ones were kind of in theme with the area we were in. Now, I would go with more of an interesting thing like this for the rest of them throughout the series. Sometimes they even have story associated with them, like you can find notes about what was going on inside them. Anyways, boss fight time, I guess. We're gonna do like a boss rush. I don't remember if the quest's complete or not. I should be able to go to the Heroes Guild though. I'm still very close to maxing out this character. I'd like to be able to do it. There goes all my will XP. Right, I was just thinking, gonna check Oakville one last time, see if they're selling the bright plate stuff. Really kind of bullshit that I can't open that demon door just because nobody's selling this crap. How else am I supposed to get it? Hey, weapon away. Good man.
You've come to the right place.
Get right to the chest plate. Those tabs aren't working. There we go. Yeah, he hasn't got it.
You're alive and Jack has been beaten?
Yay! At least every demon door. I hate it. Really sad. Oh well. I wasn't gonna use the weapon anyway, let's be honest. Yeah, I believe it's the Dollmaster's mace. It's kind of the most mace-looking mace in the game.
Ha!
Right now, it looks like they'll have, cogs or something stuck on a stick. I think it's supposed to look something like a flanged mace. Flanged. However you pronounce it. I think it's a French weapon. Dollmaster's mace is more like a wrecking ball on a stick. And more akin to the Morning Star type thing that we're used to looking at. Ow. It wants me to go back to Snowspire. I don't know why we can't just meet up at the hub. Whatever. Oh, I have to talk to the Oracle, of course. I think my cat just, like, snored really loud and quite a honk. Spooked me. Yeah, this looks like it's still armor. What am I doing? What am I doing? Take my money, won't you, you thief? Your doors are open.
To see you, as always. Hello, sir. Great to see you, as always.
Oh, you think you can just close the door right in front of me, huh? Well, guess what? I got a carrot. Hey, like that, you bitch. Get back to work. Sells it. Profit. Oh, like the dudes. Firehard dudes. I'm not sure which parts I'm missing is the thing. I think I have the boots and the pants. I have to be sure of it though, so find bright plate. Oh, wrong tab. Yeah, I need the gloves and the bod. Need money too, though. Probably shit I can sell from sitting on a ton of gems.
I'm watching you.
God, that cat is just a hand beast. Wow, it's got a witch hat roof. Love it.
Look at those lovely trees.
I think the architecture here is really nice because of how non-uniform it is compared to everywhere else in the game. very easy trap to fall into, because, like, you want your room to be a perfect square so you can put stuff against walls and, like, not make it look silly and have space for activities. But then it's gonna look stupid from outside, because your house is gonna be a freaking box. Right, sell. What do I have to sell? Not good stuff. Nah, I'll sell my normal plate, because I don't really wear it. Should be enough, right? Oh, why am I in the shirt tab? Ever mention how much I hate these menus? Good question, I mention all the freaking time. The old one wasn't pretty, but had so much more functionality. And now it had like drop-down boxes. And all these things took up a lot less space so you could see more things at a time. Tell me things. I forgot I was in this menu already. Right plate chest, and I probably oversold whenever. Gauntlets.
The legends of the sword are true then. Ah.
Okay, let's go open that last demon door. I don't know if I have the open scissors middle finger demon or not. I really should have, because it's pretty easy to get. All you have to do is flick off the demon door if you don't open them all. Shortcut boys. Okay, let's ruin my custom outfit that I spent so long picking out. And... was it the... no, it was the knight you wanted first, and that's why we quickly came to a halt.
What? Oh, one was a gallant knight, then the wit.
Wait, what? He'd asked for the evil mage this time? What? So many outfits. Dark Will user.
I recognize you, the evil maid. Where is the mischievous bandit I await?
So, I know I just jokingly said this is my least favorite demon door, but I like that he's kind of telling you to roleplay a bit by showing you what you can do with these outfits. Even though he doesn't ask you to mix and match anything. Just like so many costumes you could do to roleplay, if the game had better role-playing elements. Nope. Where's the knight? Where's my bright plate? Or, no, I wanted the bandit. I wanted... there.
I recognize you, the mischievous bandit. My friends, welcome.
Didn't he answer the conversation when I was the knight with "you're not one of them"? I got the awardment. Also, we look kinda not weird when we're wearing this. Considering how disproportionate our body is. Also, you see how the particle effect goes way beyond the sword? This thing's like way short compared to how it should be. Duelmaster's mace. Look at that. It's a normal mace. I think it's actually a great mace. Quick fingers and an eye for detail were Duelmaster's trademarks, but only once did he use his skills to create a weapon. This was the result, as colossal as his dulls were delicate as a mana augment. Speaking of mana augment, I was pretty baffled when I first played this game and found out that there weren't staffs. Because yeah, I was pretty young. There already aren't too many action RPGs in existence, even today, but at the time, I think I was only familiar with, like, Diablo 2 and Fate. And, Champions of Norath. That's another one. Anyways. The wizard uses a staff, right? So why can't I be a mage and use a sword? Ridiculous. There's also no, like, real robes in the game. The will user outfit's different. There's something very Chinese about it. Is Buddha Chinese or Japanese? I want to say it's maybe a regional thing, so maybe both. Look at this, it looks like Ong, the last airbender. Was I using Thunder's gloves? And the Demon Warrior helmet. Hopefully we never have to remove this beautiful outfit ever again. So I do half miss Pimp Helsing. By the way, shout out to Fate. Probably shouldn't have bought into whatever store Microsoft or Dell included on the computer, but I did. And Fate's a pretty alright successor to Diablo 2. I think it coined the idea of the infinite dungeon, which Torchlight 1 took advantage of, and it also coined the idea of the pet, I think. The combat pet that you send into town and you put potions on them to transform them. Another staple of Torchlight. And yeah, I think it's been a pretty big part of a lot of those isometric action RPGs that have come out since. In Van Helsing, you have a ghost companion that functions the same way. Oh, also, there's like 4 or 5 games in the franchise, and you're allowed to transfer your character between all of them, and like each one has more content than the last, so like, it only kept improving, and they didn't make you wipe your progress on a guy that you spent forever on. Like, good on them. Eventually let you start multi-classing, because your guy got way too high of a level. The game did a lot of good things.
You have uncovered the glyphs.
I also love the art style on it. It's very Fable-like.
It is time we awoke the Oracle from its deathly slumber. O great Oracle, grant us the knowledge we seek. What evil rises in this land?
The prophecy
guildsman is here. You follow the footsteps of the one who bore the mask you carry. Jack of Blades has awakened the dormant power of the summoners. He has used the blood of your family to feed his new shell beyond the Bronze Gate. But now his soul mask is in your hands. You must use it to feed the Archon's shrine and open the gate. Go now and face your destiny.
So, Jack has cheated death once more. Never have we encountered a being like him. I do not envy you. The Bronze Gate has long been a symbol of doom in this land. Return to Briar Rose at the shrine. Perhaps she can tell you how to use Jack's soul mask. I must return to the guild. May fate smile on you.
Another good thing is just you play a kid, which I think always enhances the sense of adventure in a game. I think it's part of the charm of Wind Waker, not just the whimsical art style, but just the fact that Link's a little sourpuss kid. I don't think I want to sit here and do all of these, but I can do a few. I wish that it gave me prompts to use them, unless she's going to activate it.
The Oracle is awake. I knew it wasn't a legend. I only wish I knew the expressions needed to question it. But wait, aren't you the one who found the glyphs? What are you waiting for? Use your expressions and ask it a question.
Alright. Quetchy. Expressions, probably under alignment, right? No. Let's go. Why? Eh? That's not how you do.
The sign of Morik. I know some interesting things about
See how they segmented the dialogue here?
demon doors. The life of a rock endowed with consciousness is never easy. But we all have a single purpose for which we were created. Mine is to collect stories, to be a keeper of ancient secrets past, and foreteller of terrible events future. That of demon doors is to safeguard the riches that lie behind them, and to invent games and riddles to test those who seek them.
So basically they're saying the people of the Old Kingdom were bored and invented demon doors just for funsies. I guess N tells us world stuff. Sadly, I think they pick them at random, so there's no way to, like, guarantee that you get through all of them without just sitting here and spamming things.
Let's see. Let's discuss the Guildmaster. He may be known for his calm poise, as a stern authority rather than an adventurer. But this was not always so. In his youth, when he went by the name of Weaver, he was part of a cluster of heroes, Maze among them, who rebelled against the previous guild regime and its resolution of offering only virtuous quests.
Why would you do that? I guess that implies that the Guildmaster isn't a good guy.
Much blood was spilled in this short revolt in the name of freedom, leaving the number of heroes, already rare in a world of diminishing will presence, at its lowest for centuries. It was Scythe who proposed Weaver as the new guildmaster, seeing in him the serene and impartial man he would become.
I see.
Someone who would leave
So he just doesn't give a fuck.
of all future acolytes in their own hands.
I don't know how I feel about that. And Twinblade did find jobs sticking out on his own. I don't think Jack of Blades is part of the guild either.
Don't try anything.
Yeah, I briefly mentioned before, but he talked about how there's diminishing world presence in the world. Again, that comes down to the Old Kingdom blood stuff. I think that just becomes diluted with time. And yours stays, like, strong for a while because it's directly from the Archon. But even as things go on, I believe your character in Fable 3 doesn't have the ability to use magic directly. You have to rely on spell gauntlets. It's a thing, I guess. Not sure exactly what would be consuming all the will in the world. Never wanted to explain that. I guess it's a finite resource, though. Anyways, boss time. We're gonna fight like 3 of them.
Hey, glad you're still with us.
4.
These inscriptions are fascinating, you know. Everything indicates that Jack's new form will emerge from behind the bronze gate, and this structure is the key to opening it. But it looks like it'll take the souls of 3 heroes to activate the mechanism. These things are never simple, are they? It doesn't want just any heroes either. The first instruction calls for the King of the Arena, no less. I suppose you could chop your own head off, but then there'd be no one for me to order around, would there? Why don't you pay Thunder a visit? He knows the arena inside and out. I've checked with the guild, and they say he's in Knothole Glade. You've still got Jack's mask, haven't you? Good. You'll need it to trap the souls. I still can't believe he might not be dead. Anyway, I better start researching the second inscription.
Okay, so here's...
Yes, little hero, I'm back. And our business is not quite finished. You took my sword, remember?
I took my sword.
Any idea how many centuries I spent looking for it? But its work is done. Soon I will have power beyond your imagining, and you will be the first to die.
Alright, I gotta say, here's a part where I think the good people actually get their short end of the stick. For once in this whole freaking game. In fact, I'd say the base game that favors the good guy for the most part. Barring the Sword of Eons, which is you don't get to use. I'm saying Eons again, it's Aeons. Knothole Glade. So essentially, you can kill the heroes that you know and take their souls. That's the quick and easy way to do things. Or you can do a roundabout thing and, like, fight a horde of enemies for at least 2 out of 3 of these, I think. Maybe even 4? And I don't know, you just collect some random soul. What's really fucked up is, one of them, you take your mother's soul. Which, no, I would never do such a thing. Good or evil, I'd never do such a fucking thing.
Now look, I won't tell you again. We don't need a hero. For the first time in years, we aren't being attacked, sieged, or kidnapped by anything. Now leave us alone!
I mentioned how the heroes abuse their power and get overthrown later.
You?
It was like the start of that, I guess.
Rose said you would come. I will tell you what I know. If it will get you out of my sight. We were both once called Kings of the Arena. But there have been many heroes in the past. who have claimed that name. You should search in the bloody dust of the arena itself. They say the souls of past champions haunt it, resting in the place of their greatest achievement. Now go, unless you're here to take my soul, just as you took my sister.
Say...
Why go all the way to the arena? You have a perfectly good soul right in front of you. And you've already killed his sister.
The arena fight's pretty lame. I think you just fight minions and summoners, and like a lot of them. There's another one where you fight a ton of screamers, which is like actual ear rape, even more so than the initial coast encounter. And there's another one where you fight undead, which is like a joke at this point. They're not the strong undead that we just ran into, they're normal undead. I think Nostro is actually alive to do it too, but I don't think you actually fight him necessarily, as I remember it. We're not doing any of those though, which is why I'm talking about them. We're just gonna kill the people we know, because we're bad men. Fuck you, Thunder, you can suck my dick.
Let's finish this.
I wanted to kill him forever ago. Oh, he's OP, he's invincible, I can't do.
Yes, my bloodthirsty friend. Strike him down.
Aha! Right, so you see how the mask absorbs souls? That,
Do you have that arena soul yet? Come back to the shrine and we'll see.
it gives, like, further credence, whatever the word would be. The idea that those other masks on his outfit were from the other face card heroes. He probably had their souls stored in each mask.
I hope this thing works. You need to release the soul from the mask and, well, your guess is as good as mine. Was that Thunder's soul? That's not exactly what I had in mind when I sent you to him. Anyway, we figured out the second inscription. It says, the heroine. I can't think of anyone who fits the description better than Scarlet Robe, your mother. There's always me, of course, but as you can see, I'm still alive, and I plan to stay that way. You'll have to pay her tomb in Oakvale another visit. I know this won't be easy, but Scarlet was always one to make sacrifices, remember?
For eternal soul, though? Come on, let the woman rest. You're a bitch.
Well, I'm rather fond of my soul. I'm not giving it up without a fight. Let's do this.
I think this is actually one of the better fights. Probably gonna be destroyed by my bow, though.
Wrong one, turncoat.
He does this Zelda trope type thing. It's actually unique compared to the other guys. He also has range attacks, which makes it more difficult to deal with than other guys.
You'll have to find me first.
Illusion. A coward's trick. Only one of them is real.
Wrong one, turncoat.
I'd say their fight's kind of similar to Jack of Blades, except she has illusions, which makes her a bit better.
Wrong one, turncoat.
I don't know which one's real. Got him. And now we don't even have to teleport back here. Isn't that wonderful? Oh, now what do we do? Scratch his head.
Always so trusting. It was a real pleasure watching her die. Her quest is complete. But how will you know what the last inscription says now? Ah, the oldest soul. Wow, the Guildmaster would be a perfect choice, don't you think? Oh, I'm going to enjoy this. It is unfortunate.
Wait, hold on.
I shall journey to the shrine while you collect the final soul. The bronze gate must not be left unattended.
I think that was Scythe. See that notification that popped up? It's probably pretty small on your guys' screen. That's for a game called Kynseed, which is the sort of Harvest Moon, Stardew Valley, Rune Factory type thing, made by ex-Fable developers. So, what a coincidence they put up a new update just now. It's doing a lot of super ambitious shit with, like, family legacy, we'll call it. Like, you play a character, you grow up, you die, you pass stuff on to your kids. There's like a magical salesman who you trade years of your life for power. Like, your actions are going to have a lot of impact on the world. It's very Fable-y sounding, and I'm like crazy excited for it. I think it's in early access right now, so technically I could play it, but it's crazy early access, like alpha, pre-alpha even. Like, they're adding legit game features every update. So I'm waiting on it, but again, super excited. What's on your radar? Put it there, please. Anyways, Heroes Guild. We're gonna fight the Guildmaster.
Oh, welcome back, sir. This place has been a mess since you left. People running around with bits of old paper, books flying everywhere. And the Guildmaster's only gone and holed himself up in the Guild woods. We're not supposed to let anyone near him.
We found it! The soul mentioned in the inscription. It must be Nostro. His soul has been trapped in the Litchfield graveyard for centuries. Our texts suggest it should be in the graveyard circle, you know, where you found the tunnel to Bargate Prison.
Catching souls? Never heard such nonsense.
Well, good luck, hero.
Anyways, it actually has like a lot of job systems beyond just farming. When I know I said it was like Stardew Valley or something like that. So you can manage a tavern, you can manage a shop, you can be a blacksmith, you can farm, you can fish, you can go on adventures in dungeons. It can very much be like just a life sim if you wanted it to be. I didn't even mention how Jack of Blaze is still alive, did I? In one of the books, they were talking about a race of shadow people or something like that. That came from the north, I think. You'll see several instances of it in the lore of people summoning shadow beings and they're like super indifferent towards even the evil folk and they just murder everything. Jack of Blades is likely one of those, and the race of shadow people / the darkness that's the antagonist of the third game is also probably that, so
I've got my eye on you.
those guys very may have been related to Jack of Blades in some fashion. It's rumored that he's going to be the villain in the new game as well. You may not even be able to destroy the guy. Kind of like Sauron from Lord of the Rings. He's just like a dark entity that has forced himself onto this world. And all you can really do is banish him for a time.
Stop there, hero!
If you never understood what the big eye on the tower was, that's like his portal into the world. That's how he sees, and he just has like an avatar somewhere. Someone who puts on the ring and lets him possess their body temporarily. And with Jack of Blades, I believe it's the same situation, but with the mask rather than the ring. Which is actually a choice at the end of this game.
That's it! Go! Attack!
It's not very clear that it's even a choice, but if you just like stand there for an uncomfortably long amount of time, you'll put on the mask and get the worst ending. I guess you become Jack of Blades, you go on a murder spree, which we're not gonna do. That's why I spoiled that, because I don't want to be Jack of Blades. I'm my own evil man. Come on. See, like, we're both gonna go on terrible murder sprees, but I'm going to enjoy it if I'm not wearing the mask.
You were brought to us, Mother. I knew even then what great potential you had, what great things you would accomplish. Such a pity it has to end like this. Can't you see Jack is using you to destroy the guild? I can't allow you to do this.
Gods! Why can't I be the guild master? People love me, I'm famous. The loot! Right, so you see how he's like sharing his buffs with these guards. I think that's why his name's called Weaver. He like ties people together with threads. So he casts physical shield on himself and then he put it on them. I think he's also like a time master. I also missed the phase. I'm supposed to wait for his shield to go down. Or maybe I just have to kill all the guards, and then I can fight them. I don't know. Doesn't look like his shield's going away on its own.
Guild Master, soon your health will be low. Very.
When Maze betrayed me, I knew he was a coward. But you are the biggest disappointment of all.
That's fucked up.
You have been given too much power, and it has corrupted you. But it isn't too late to turn back. Stop this now.
Corrupted you. You knew I was the evilest motherfucker from the beginning. You changed the guild to allow people like me to exist.
Teleport you to the graveyard. Take Nostro's soul instead.
Honestly, this is kind of the fastest way to the graveyard, because you have to go all the way to the prison entrance to get Nostro's thing. I'm not doing this, though. Fuck you, guild boy. You're annoying.
Do your worst. I am no defenseless old man.
How are you gonna tell me I ain't got no potions or food? Fucker. He just kicked him in the throat. And we got 40 gold for no reason.
The Guildmaster's death was an unnecessary sacrifice, but now you have the final soul. You must return to the shrine.
That's unnecessary. Oh. Yeah, I guess we're good. There's not anything else I want to do. And we're doing alright on time. 2.5 hours. We should be done, I don't know, like within 20 minutes. Part of me wishes I went through with the whole completion process of this, but like, I don't know. I need to stop doing that while I'm streaming. It gets to a point where I just want to start playing another thing sometimes. But I don't want to keep running 2 things at once when I'm not streaming more than once a week.
I feel Jack's presence growing stronger. The stench of death is overpowering. You will do well to prepare yourself before facing him. The inscriptions indicate that only one hero may pass through the gate. You must face him alone. May death close his eyes to you.
You're too late, little hero. Once more, too late. Come to the Bronze Gate. We have unfinished business.
I'm gonna purchase the last spell. Obviously, I don't have enough to max myself, but I'm not sure how much that matters. You see, I am getting the spell runes on my face. See them in cutscenes, so I'll try to show anyways. Oh, never mind, my face is completely covered. Epic. Anyways, even though I didn't do everything, I feel like I did a pretty good job at showcasing what the game has to offer. I might have even beat the death out of some topics. I'm sorry, it's just a problem of mine. Part of me wants to just make people interested in games, but since I'm doing the full playthrough, I just want to talk about every aspect of it, you know? Maybe I should start doing like a one-off type thing with indie games, like my first try playing them. I don't know. I feel like I do better shows when I've already played the thing before. So maybe it'll be like my second try playing a thing instead.
Here you are. It's been a long wait, but I knew you'd free me eventually. Yes, always the puppet. Don't you ever get tired of having your strings pulled? I am no more.
See, funny thing about my strings is they're located on my cock.
Fear and worship are as nothing to me.
Beat Jack of Dragons. I mean, he looks cool, but this is kind of how dragons were in video games until Skyrim. Everybody forgets about Divinity 2 Eco Draconis, but in that game you played the dragon, you didn't actually fight any. So it's not quite the same. Even then, fighting a dragon always boils down to shooting it with a bow, because it can fly. What else are you gonna do? Use your fire magic? It's a dragon. Well, you actually invested in the ice magic or lightning magic doesn't do as much damage? You're crazy. Honestly, I'm about like a third of this dude in size. Like, I'm not that small. I'm a giant. I like how his wings are all patchworky. It's very reminiscent of his actual outfit. I don't know what he's doing. The music also died for no reason. Probably a bug. Or is it starting again? Oh. Did you just take a crap ton of damage out of nowhere? Cool.
Must destroy the mask. Whatever you do, you must not wear it.
You see, that's Jack in the mask. As I explained earlier, we're not doing that. We're not throwing out our humanity. What little of it we have left. You know, even if we are a piece of shit, nobody can deny the things we've done are undeniably heroic. Nobody can deny that they are undeniably. That's redundant. Oh well. I thought I was sounding epic until I sounded stupid. Another broken cutscene, come on. The day the hero awoke, we will slew the dragon, Jack of Blades, the strange creature left behind the mask, and finally vanished from this world. Alright, I read that way fast because I didn't know. I have no way of gauging. What would become of the guild and its heroes, of the men and women of Albion, no one could say. Only one thing is certain, the struggle between good and evil, between the weak and the powerful, will go on forever. I'm really sad when cutscenes break. We get to admire low-res versions of all the artwork from the cutscenes now. It's kind of like reflecting on your whole journey. Look, you can see Jack of Blades up there, you can see Braum getting stabbed by Jack, you can see Twin Blade. Remember that was the very first thing in the game? There's the Kraken thing that only appeared once and we annihilated. There's the iconic-ass music. I always think I'm hearing this when I'm watching a Marvel movie, but, like... And it's obviously not. I don't know why. I guess it's just the horns or something. It sounds heroic, and that's probably why they... You know, they're very similar. I think Spider-Man in particular has one that sounds just like it. There's Teresa, the sister that we killed that is not dead. I wish I had a solid answer, but in the loading screens in Fable 2, they talk about how they kind of just made all this shit up as they went along because they didn't think this game was getting a sequel. So, my theories may very well be correct. They probably didn't think about it logically. Even the whole geography of the world shifts in between all the games because it can. Like I talked about how in Fable 3 there's a big gate that's not open, and allegedly that's where a big chunk of the game that got cut was going to take place, but since it's not, we could say that is the Bronze Gate, maybe. And if the Shadow People came from the north, then it would make sense that Aurora would also have the Shadow People Temple in it, and the Bronze Gate. And once again, geography shifts, because, I don't know, things happen. Maybe this planet's tectonic plates are like crazy active. Original coders? You mean you rewrote code? How much of it? Original scripters? What does that mean? Is that like story script or like code script? Because coder and scripter should mean the same thing. It's like they had a thing for writers, right? Russell Shaw, the guy who actually owns the song that keeps getting copyright claimed by the Indian company. Anyways, my dudes, next time, I think I'm gonna try and knock something off the list that's been there for a stupid amount of time. And, it's kind of in line with, Fable in a way. We're going to do The Infectious Madness of Dr. Decker, which has, choices. The entire game is choices. It's an FMV game, which used to be very popular. They kind of made a resurgence recently. I know a little bit about it, but I didn't want to spoil it for myself. Let's see. I think the game has like a ton of different endings, which is why I'm okay with doing a completely story-based game. Because, you know, we're going to see my ending, not just the ending. I'm not going to ruin the entire game, because if you buy it and play it yourself, you're probably going to get your own thing, which is cool. I'm probably going to reiterate this at the start of the episode, but whatever. Yeah, I think I bought it like a year or two ago, so it's been on my to-do list forever. I was just like, this is going to be a great stream game, and I never got around to doing it. Also, we get to see me be a detective boy, which should be fun. Like, my whole thing is digging stupid far into these games and, like, seeing everything they have to offer, so, like, a game that rewards you for digging in is gonna be really interesting for me. I say rewarding quotes, because if you ask too many weird questions, you start to go crazy, and that's, like, where the other endings start to come in. More on that when we actually play it, but I don't know. I normally give my final thoughts during the credits, but like I've made it very clear this is a timeless classic that's a little jank and probably not up to snuff or as good as I remember it, but like I don't know, it's still good, great for the time it came out, even today, among a very few things in this genre that are actually good. And there's not really any other game like it. I'd love to see this game, like, completely reimagined. Like, with a full open world, rather than instance levels, an actual combat system. Maybe choices that had more impact. But, we'll ask Lionhead for that after they release 4. Or, not Lionhead, they got liquidated forever ago. Playground Games, they're making the new one. Allegedly. They've never actually officially announced it, they've just been like, hey, we're working on it, guys, wink wink. I can guarantee that we're going to hear news on it pretty soon, though. Not that it'll be out within the year, but very soon. It's been long enough. I think the rumors started like 2 years ago, so it's been long enough. Like, they already had something going back then, and it's been 2 years on top of that. It has to be pretty close to ready. Anything else to talk about? I hate how long credits are. None of these people don't deserve to be remembered, but how many of them deserve to be remembered? A lot of these are just people associated with, like, the publishing company that probably didn't even have a hand in any of this. Like, yeah, I'm head of the Microsoft Finance Department, and, you know, I helped with this other project, but not this one. But Microsoft. With Kickstarter games, it's just so much worse. I'm not saying that you didn't help make the game by contributing money, but, like, you didn't make it. So, you know, in a lot of cases, they'll, what am I saying? They'll, like, have an option in the settings menu to like disable the Kickstarter backers from the credits to like slim things down, but if you leave them on, I've seen cases where it takes over an hour to get through the credits. In the one game, We Are the Dwarves, there's actually an achievement.
Thanks expression.
Nani?
You're now good enough to use the apologize expression.
Did I just cure my evilness by throwing out the mask? I still have horns. The hell? We're like almost handsome again. In fact, horns are just bones. You should be able to file them down as like a cosmetic thing. What was I looking for? This. Where's my morality gone after doing that? Only negative 61. Huh. Oh well. Alright, well guys, this was a lovely little adventure, but our time with this game has come to an end. And, I mostly had a great time. Part of me feels like I missed stuff, like, to talk about, but and it's not on my mind, so what am I gonna do about it? Anyways, I'll see you guys with Dr. Decker, I guess. That should be fun.